And, you know,
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy. Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
With all the latest news, weather, and sports you need to get out the door here this morning. Going to be talking with Nate Story. He is the head coach for the Hastings-Johnson Imperial Homes Juniors team. They're getting ready for the area tournament, which is going to get underway on Friday out in Scottsbluff. So we'll hear from him on the show today. Also going to be checking in on the Big 12 Media Days, the Monster Energy Big 12 Media Days that was held last week down in Frisco, Texas. We're going to hear from Colorado head football coach Deion Sanders on the show today. So that's coming up for you as you wake up and get going on this Wednesday. As far as the in-state headlines are concerned, Nebraska junior Mac Moyer has signed an undrafted free agent contract with the San Diego Padres. Talk about that coming up. Nebraska first baseman Case Sanderson has announced plans to return to Nebraska for his senior season. He'll be the only starting infielder from last year's team returning for the 2027 season. So we'll tell you about that coming up. The Nebraska football team has also picked up a late addition to the 2026 roster as they have inked a deal with former Penn State and Iowa Western running back Tiki Hayes. Tell you about that coming up. Hastings Sodbusters in action last night. They beat the Jefferson City Renegades. Same two teams will play again tonight at Duncan. Had a lot of Legion baseball played in the area last night. Pairings are finally out, kind of, for the A7 tournaments that get underway this Friday. The juniors again playing out in Scotts Bluff, and the seniors playing in Grand Island. Had the Major League All-Star game last night. So we'll tell you about that coming up. And Hastings High has a late coaching addition, a new head coach to its coaching ranks up at Hastings High. So we'll tell you about that all in the show again today. Again, Tyson is out today taking care of a few things this morning, so he had to vacate. So I've got the keys to the car the entire day here today. Adams County Fair, by the way, is opening up today at the Adams County Fairgrounds in Hastings. We'll also talk about that on the show. So we do have the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you'd like to chime in with us here this morning, 402-834-1330, 402-834-1330. If you got something on your mind, sports related or not, give us a shout out and we'll talk about it here this morning. A Major League Baseball All-Star game was played last night. 11 American League pitchers combined to allow 3 hits and strike out 15 National League batters in a 4-0 victory last night at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. That's the American League's 4th shutout in All-Star play, and they did it with the 15 strikeouts. That's one short the 9-inning record for an All-Star game. And the 3 hits allowed last night tied for the second fewest in All-Star game history. So the American League picking up a 4-0 win over the National League in the All-Star game last night. Dylan Cease, the Toronto Blue Jays, was the winning pitcher, and Christopher Sanchez of Philadelphia was the losing pitcher. But the season is expected to resume on Thursday. The All-Star break underway in Major League Baseball. And last night, the American League picking up a win over the National League 4-0 in the All-Star game. So we'll have today off, and then things will get underway again for the second half of the regular season on Thursday. So if you got some thoughts on the All-Star game, what you saw last night, you can give us a call here this morning on the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line at 402-834-1330. A couple other sports notes we'll get to here this morning. Rock Cholowski has agreed to a contract with the Chicago White Sox that includes a record-breaking $10.35 million in signing bonus after he was the number one pick in last weekend's amateur draft in the Major League Baseball draft. So he signed a deal with the White Sox. $10.35 million is his signing bonus. That goes in addition to the slot value for the top pick in this year's draft of almost $11.4 million. So that's a bonus, tops the previous mark of $9.25 million for the amateur draft that belonged to Reds pitcher Chase Burns and Rockies prospect Charlie Condon, two of the three selections in the 2024 draft. So Cholowski going to be making some bank here as the number one draft in the 2026 Major League Baseball draft. His signing bonus, $10.35 million. And his contract is going to be for just a little less than $11.4 million. He's a 6'2" shortstop who turned 21 in April sometime. He hit .320 with 21 home runs, 60 RBIs in 60 games this season for the UCLA Bruins. He played for UCLA for 3 seasons. He hit .329 overall during those 3 seasons, 52 home runs, 167 RBIs in 178 games played. He ranks among the school's career leaders in homers, in runs scored, on base percentage, and in RBIs. So he certainly is a clear-cut number one choice in the Major League Baseball draft as he signs with the Chicago White Sox. Again, his signing bonus, $10.35 million. His contract will be just a skosh less than $11.4 million. Not bad for a kid that just turned 21 in the month of April. A couple other sports notes as you wake up and get going here this morning. An investigation of Geno Smith for an incident in which a woman accused him of battery last month is no longer active. And the New York Jets quarterback will not be charged, according to authorities. Smith could still face a potential discipline from the NFL if it is determined that he violated his personal conduct policy. But as far as the legal authorities are concerned, New York Jets quarterback Geno Smith will not be charged for alleged incident involving a woman who accused him of battery last month. Smith played for the Jets from 2013 to 2016 and was reacquired in March in a trade with the Las Vegas Raiders. Then Geno was immediately named the Jets starting quarterback for 2026. So Geno Smith looks like he's going to be all right. He'll be able to play during the 2026 season. Staying in the NFL, Dallas Cowboys outside linebacker Charles Snowden has been suspended for the first 3 games of the 2026 season. He is eligible to take part in all of the Cowboys' preseason activities, including games. The suspension will take effect after the NFL's roster reduction to 53 players. The reason for Snowden's suspension was not stated, but he reached a plea agreement in January to resolve a DUI arrest from 2024 when he played for the Las Vegas Raiders. Snowden is 28. He's got 4.5 sacks and 28 tackles in 33 games during his career. But Dallas Cowboys outside linebacker Charles Snowden suspended for the first 3 games of the 2026 season. So there's some of the sports notes as you wake up, get going with us on this Wednesday, the 15th day of July for 2026. Again, 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. If you'd like to join in the conversation here today, if you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well here today. Big 12 Media Days, the Monster Energy Big 12 Media Days held recently, in fact, wrapped up last week down in Frisco, Texas. We heard from Central Florida head coach Scott Frost on the show yesterday. Today, we're going to take a peek at the Colorado Buffs, and you know who leads the Colorado Buffaloes. Deion Sanders, now in his 4th season at Colorado. And Deion got on stage, and he says his team needs to stay focused for the 2026 season.
We don't care about what people say. People are always going to have opinion. If my kids and my coaches and our staff don't understand who they are, we have a problem. They're not going to allow you to identify who we are. And just because our guys were snubbed off a poll that's probably not going to be consistent with the end of the season, we don't give a darn. Our kids know who, what, when, where, and how they are, and they know what they got to do and how they got to work. It just gives them that extra inside of them, and I'm thankful and appreciative of that.
Deion, of course, missed some time with the team a season ago as he battled cancer, but he says he's excited to be back with the team and is excited for the 2026 season.
I got that thing back. I got that swagger back. I got that dog back. I got that charisma back. See, last year I had on shorts up under the suit. I had on the sweatsuit up under the suit because I was probably 15 pounds down, looking like Eddie Kane up here. And those of you that seen the 5 Heartbeats, but now I'm ready. I'm back. I'm close to 204, legs slightly bowed. I'm back, baby. Like I cannot wait. I see my dog right there. What's up, dog? I cannot wait to get back on that sideline and do our thing. I can't wait to get back to camp. I can't wait to get back. I ain't even seen the kids yet that are here. I can't wait to even see them because I know they looking good in our unis. But I'm excited about this season and the expectations thereof.
Yeah, this is Deion Sanders from Big 12 Media Days, the Monster Energy Big 12 Media Days last week in Frisco, Texas. The Buffs had a rough year last year, 3-9. They lost their last 5 games of the regular season.
Thankful that God didn't allow my neck to go all the way back and look back because I would be in tremendous pain right now. And I'm thankful that I look ahead and I'm right on point. But the young men, they're close. They're close. Some of them weren't even here last year, so I don't think the collective would have that opinion. Maybe a couple of them that were here, and they're pretty accurate. But I'm loving everything I've seen. In spring, I'm loving everything that we've added. I'm loving what we did in the portal. I'm loving what we're doing recruiting-wise right now. We're right where we want to be.
And the coaches also asked how college football has changed him as a person.
As a coach, patience. It's taught me tremendous patience. It taught me that a lot of young men want to benefit from the game financially. A lot of young men want to benefit from the game because they love the game. And you got to really understand there are 2 sides to this coin. And make sure you flipping these kids on the right side because it's a whole different game. And sometimes you can't get stuck in the old ways. You got to go forward. and welcome and invite some of the new school ways and adapt to them. Thank God I got kids. I got 5 of them that keep me on my toes, keep me on my game, and keep me hip to what's coming and what's going on right now. So I'm thankful for that. And I got a little grandson. He can't really talk right now, but he could ask. So I'm thankful that they're keeping me on point.
Again, that's Deion Sanders, the Big 12 Media Days in Frisco, Texas. The Buffs 3-9 last season. They're going to open up the 2026 season on the road on September 3rd against Georgia Tech. So that's the latest from Big 12 Media Days. We got the Big 10 Media Days starting here in just a couple of days. So obviously a lot of football talk is coming up on the show here in the next few days. So stay with us here. Huddle up on Extreme Sports as we get ready for the 2026 season. Talking some basketball here today. I see tickets for the Nebraska-Boise State men's basketball game in Sioux Falls, South Dakota on Sunday, November the 15th. Will go on sale to the general public this Friday beginning at 10. Tickets for the matchup can be purchased by visiting Ticketmaster.com. This will be the Huskers' 5th trip to Sioux Falls since 2018, and the Huskers have a 3-1 record following last year's 105-99 win over Oklahoma. Huskers have also faced Oklahoma State in 2018 up in Sioux Falls. They played Oregon State in 2023, and they played St. Mary's in 2024 in that 3,200-seat facility. The Nebraska-Boise State game caps a Husker basketball weekend in Sioux Falls as the Nebraska women will face Kansas in the Market Beat Invitational. That's a 4-team event that also includes Minnesota and Kansas State on Saturday, November 14th. So the women will play on Saturday. The men will play on Sunday. The Nebraska-Boise State matchup will mark the second meeting between the two programs and the first since a 79-69 Husker win in the 2024 College Basketball Crown semifinals. So if you're looking for kind of an early year getaway, a lot of folks head to Sioux Falls for this thing. Nebraska has played up there 4 times. They're going to play again here in the 2026-2027 season. Nebraska will play Boise State on Sunday, November the 15th. And tickets will go on sale to the general public on Friday beginning at 10. You can grab tickets at Ticketmaster.com. So there's just some of the things going on in the sports world here today. Nate Story, the head coach for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, will join us here in just a little bit. We've got more as you wake up and get going. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
Looking for the perfect way to spend your Friday night in Hastings? Head just east of town on J Street and experience the excitement of Cam Raceway. Every Friday night through August, Cam Raceway brings you a full evening of grassroots racing on Nebraska's fastest 8th-mile dirt track. You'll see it all. Stock non-wing micros, restricted micros, junior sprints, junior cage karts, adult flat karts, and junior flat karts. Catch all the local drivers, all competing for the win under the lights. Gates open at 7 p.m. and racing gets underway at 8 p.m. And the best part, admission is just $10 and kids 12 and under get in free with a paying adult. So this Friday night, skip the routine and make your way to Cam Raceway where the engines fire up, the dirt flies, and the whole family can enjoy a night at the races.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, see the professionals at North Shore Real Estate of Hastings. Real estate is one of the largest and most exciting investments you can make, and the folks at North Shore Real Estate are here to make sure the process is a fun and rewarding one. They serve Hastings, Harvard, Blue Hill, Kennesaw, and several other communities within a 35-mile radius of Hastings. They'll give you the guidance and support you need throughout the entire buying or selling experience. Give them a call at 402-461-6930 or stop in at 100 North Shore Drive in Hastings. North Shore Real Estate. Excellent agents, outstanding results.
When your family feels protected under our roof, they are free to dream. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way, American Family Insurance. Give Matthew a call at 308-389-9124 or stop in at 204 North Walnut Street in Grand Island.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, welcome back to Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. It's a Wednesday. Again, Tyson is out today, so we've got the keys to the car. We can go anywhere you'd like here today. 402-834-1330 is our telephone number on the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, monitoring those comments as well. Bring you up to date on the World Cup. One of the semifinal games was played yesterday. Spain knocked out France by the score of 2-0. I guess it's 2-0. 2-0 when we're talking about soccer. So Spain advances to the championship round on Sunday. The other semifinal game is going to take place today. England will play Argentina at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So the winners will play for the World Cup on Sunday afternoon, and the losers will play in the consolation game on Saturday. But Spain knocks off of France yesterday in the semifinals 2-0. You've got England against Argentina. That will go at 2 o'clock this afternoon. You'll be able to see that on Fox. We mentioned when we came on here this morning that Nebraska has picked up a running back for this year's roster. They inked a deal with the former Penn State and Iowa Western running back Tiki Hayes. Hayes appeared in one game during his lone season with the Nittany Lions, carrying the ball 3 times for 18 yards. Doing a little research on this guy, Tiki Hayes rushed for over 7,000 yards during his high school career. The Huskers were looking for a little depth at running back following the uncertainty surrounding current running back Mekhi Nelson, who's had some legal issues down in Florida. And just as they signed Tiki Hayes, it was announced that Mekhi Nelson would not face charges in Florida. So what looked like it was going to be a troubling situation, maybe with some depth problems for Nebraska, has now turned out to be maybe a blessing. We're going to add a running back to the room in signing Tiki Hayes, but it looks like Mekhi Nelson is going to be available to play for the 2026 season as well for Nebraska, as he will not be charged in an incident that occurred here recently down there. So that's good news for the Nebraska football team. Mekhi Nelson looks like he'll be back for the 2026 season. We also get the services of Tiki Hayes, who appeared in one game during his one season with the Nittany Lions. So Huskers are getting ready for Big Ten Media Days, and then they'll have the start of their fall workouts coming up just after the first of the month. Got some baseball news, too. Nebraska junior Mac Moyer has signed an undrafted free agent contract with the San Diego Padres. Moyer appeared in 60 games, making 57 starts in center field in his lone season with the Huskers. He hit .353 with 13 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs, 38 RBIs, and a team-high 65 runs scored. He played 2 seasons at San Jacinto College before arriving at Nebraska. So Mac Moyer signs a free agent deal with the San Diego Padres. And Nebraska first baseman Case Sanderson plans to return to Nebraska for his senior season. Sanderson went undrafted this past weekend in the Major League Baseball draft. He hit .367 last year with 6 home runs and 17 doubles. He'll be the only starting infielder from last year's team returning for the 2027 season. So a couple of Nebraska baseball players have announced their future intentions as Mac Moyer has signed an undrafted free agent contract with the San Diego Padres, and Nebraska first baseman Case Sanderson plans to return to Nebraska for his senior season. Again, you're listening to Huddle Up here this morning on Extreme Sports. Again, the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line, 402-834-1330. Got something on your mind here today, either sports-related or not, give us a shout out. We'll talk about it here this morning on the show. Again, if you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. 7:27 as you wake up with us here this morning, Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
In your news headlines here today, Nebraskans should prepare for another stretch of summer heat. A large high-pressure system is expected to dominate the state's weather pattern through the remainder of the week, pushing afternoon highs well into the 90s across much of the state. Meteorologists say rainfall opportunities will remain limited, raising concerns for crop stress in some areas and increasing the potential for grass fires where vegetation has dried out. Residents are encouraged to stay hydrated, limit outdoor activity during the hottest part of the afternoon, and never leave children or pets inside park vehicles. Governor Jim Pillen has directed state agencies to reduce spending following larger than expected tax refunds issued during the current fiscal year. According to the governor's office, Nebraska returned more than $300 million beyond budget estimates to taxpayers. State agencies have now been instructed to identify additional savings while continuing efforts to reduce income taxes and provide property tax relief. Nebraska's 2026 governor's race continues to become more competitive. Former state senator Brett Lindstrom has officially launched a petition drive to qualify as a nonpartisan candidate for governor. If successful, Lindstrom would join an already active gubernatorial campaign as candidates continue organizing for the November election. And hospitals throughout Nebraska are expanding efforts to improve maternal health care. The Nebraska Hospital Association says hospitals are investing in new technology, staff training, and expanded services designed to improve care for mothers and newborns across the state. Healthcare leaders say improving access to quality maternal care remains a statewide priority, especially for rural communities where access to specialized medical services can sometimes be limited. That's a check on your news headlines here today on Extreme Sports. Sports Today is brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings, where wellness meets recovery. Hastings Sodbusters beat the Jefferson City Renegades 13-3 last night out of Duncan Field. Ryan Spencer had 2 hits and 4 RBIs for the Sodbusters. Marcus Miller was the winning pitcher. He allowed 6 hits and 2 runs. He struck out 10, walked 2. Hastings is now 15-18 in the season. Same 2 teams will play tonight at 7 o'clock out of Duncan. In American Legion baseball action last night, the Aurora Juniors won the B4 tournament in York with an 8-6 win over York in the championship game. Holdridge beat Gothenburg 7-5 to win the B6 tournament in Minden. And Centura defeated Wood River 12-3 to win the C6 tournament. The Class B Junior State Tournament will be held in Wayne beginning on Saturday. The Class C Junior State Tournament will be at Plymouth, Tri-County. Pairings are out for the A7 tournaments that get underway on Friday. In the Juniors Tournament in Scotts Bluff, Kearney, post 52, will play Lexington at 2 on Friday, followed by Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes against North Platte at 5, and Wesco against a Grand Island Pro Team Design at 8 o'clock. Grand Island 5 Points Bank is the number 1 seed and will receive a first-round bye. Meanwhile, in the Seniors Tournament in Grand Island, Hastings 5 Points Bank will play North Platte at 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon. The rest of the schedule will be set after Grand Island U-Save plays Kearney Pinnacle Bank this evening. Major League Baseball All-Star Game last night. 11 American League pitchers combined to allow 3 hits and struck out 15 National League batters in a 4-0 victory at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. It's the 4th American League shutout in All-Star history. So the American League beats the National League 4-0 in the All-Star game last night. The 2026 regular season will continue. The second half of the season will start on Thursday. That's a check on your sports headlines at 7:32 on Extreme Sports.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. Highs around 91 today. Under clear skies, winds out of the southeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 66 tonight. Highs around 93 tomorrow. Mid-90s Friday, turning warmer on Saturday with highs near 100. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Frombley.
Right now in Hastings, we've got southeast winds at 4 miles per hour, clear skies. It's 64 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and Owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at Hamilton.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, you need a team you can trust. At Jones Group Insurance in Kennesaw, they're committed to helping individuals, families, and businesses plan for today and prepare for tomorrow. From home, auto, and farm insurance to life coverage and retirement planning, the Jones Group takes the time to understand your goals and build a plan that fits your future. Local service, personalized guidance, trusted protection. Call Jones Group Insurance today and experience the difference a hometown team can make.
Looking for the perfect spot before or after the game? Head to Miscue's Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Choose from your favorite sandwich or build your own burger or chicken sandwich just the way you like it. Your choice of cheese, sauces, and all your favorite toppings. Craving wings? Choose from over 20 sauces and rubs that bring the flavor every time. Grab an appetizer, catch the game on the big screens, or challenge your friends to a game of pool or darts. There's always something to do. And don't forget the daily lunch specials. Miscue's Sports Bar and Grill, 316 South Elm. Great food, great games, and the perfect hangout in Hastings.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
All right, back here on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Wednesday. I'm Mike Will. Again, Tyson is out this morning taking care of a few things. Hopefully he'll be back with us here tomorrow on the show. A couple of other things I wanted to bring up. Hastings High has hired a new head boys soccer coach. His name is Christian Lomax. He has served as an assistant coach at Hastings High since 2020. He's also the goalkeeper coach for the Hastings College men's soccer program. Christian Lomax is a former player at Hastings High. He continued his collegiate career at Nebraska Wesleyan before transitioning into the coaching ranks. So Hastings High, just before the season starts here, has a new head boys soccer coach. As the assistant coach, Christian Lomax is moving up to take the head job at Hastings High. We've got Legion Baseball coming up this week. The Area 7 tournament's getting underway. The juniors, that's Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, they're going to be playing out in Scotts Bluff beginning on Friday. Hastings 5 Points Bank, that's the seniors program. They're going to be playing in the tournament up in Grand Island. Also starting on Friday, had a chance to sit down with Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes head coach Nate Story to talk about postseason play. I spent a couple of minutes with Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes head coach Nate Story talking about the postseason coming up. Coach, thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Not the way you really want to go into a postseason play, going 0-4 over the weekend. What'd you see out of your guys over the weekend in the Capital City Clash?
You know, you're right. It was a tough go, and, it's just the story of our season. It's, we can't give up free bases, and we can't make errors. And, walks and errors are going to kill us, and we just kept compounding this weekend. And I had to play some guys out of position to kind of get ready for area. And you look at it, and the situation is kind of going into this weekend, unless there are some major turns, there were going to be no changes to seeding. And so I kind of had to play it with, we got to go win, but what can I do to get us also ready situationally for area? So, you have to look at it in a large picture for what the season is, but you can't give up free bases, and you can't give guys chances on errors. And so I think we just got to find a way to make the routine plays routine, and we'll be just fine this weekend.
That story is kind of the story you've been preaching all season long, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I keep saying, it's such a young group, but, that only happens so much. We're 27 games into this thing, and so now we got to be able to execute. And, I think getting some guys some more experience throughout the year and understanding the gravity of area and trying to get them to really focus in on what we have to do is going to be the focus for the next 3 days of practice. But, it's the same song, same verse, and we just got to tell a different story by the end of it this time.
You're going to the area tournament knowing you've already qualified for the state tournament. You're going to host the thing next week. So can your guys play a little loosey-goosey this weekend?
Absolutely not. When you're looking at state, it's the best 8 teams in all Class A. And so you can't just go into it thinking that, hey, we got it. We got to just, go lay an egg. We're driving a far way out there. I tell these guys, your parents are taking off work, time away from their family. You guys are taking time away from your friends and everything like that, because that's what you want to do is you want to compete. So we need to go out there and show that we belong in the state tournament. And I truly believe that we do, and I think that you're getting the guys to buy into that mindset, understanding that area matters, not just for state, but for yourselves. Have pride in your community, have pride in your team and stuff like that. And if you're playing well in the area, it's all about who's hot at the right time. And if we can get hot at the right time, I don't know what run we can make at state, but it's sure a big one.
All right, Jackson Brooks continues to lead you guys at the plate. 431 is his batting average, 25 base hits and 12 RBIs. Talk about the season that Jackson has had so far.
Jackson is the motor for the team. He has been just an absolute monster at the plate. I know guys don't like facing him. I know other teams don't like pitching to him. And, not only batting average-wise, but his on-base percentage has got to be up there. I don't have it in front of me right now, but I can tell you what, the kid finds a way to get on base. He's not afraid to get hit by a pitch. He's disciplined. Will find a way to get walks. And so, he has played a great catcher for us, too, and just given the team everything he's got. And so, Jackson Brooks' year has been fantastic, and, it helps with those 12 RBIs when the guys on front of him gets on and he can do some damage. So, having him in the lineup is a real good thing. It was nice to have him back this weekend for sure.
Quinn Simmons, Luke Nolette on the mound, each with 3 wins apiece, are kind of anchoring the pitching staff, aren't they?
Absolutely. Quinn's a guy, he was on the team last year, so was Luke Nolette. I think a lot of teams understand that those 2 guys are going to beat up the zone. Luke's shown a lot of growth this year. He started off the year kind of rough, and he'd be the first one to tell you that. But he's found his groove lately, and, Quinn's got a good 4-pitch mix. And, when he beats up the zone, he's got good velocity, and he can find ways to beat teams. And so, those 2 guys, and, Ian Cass, his ERA is pretty far down there as well. And he pitches against some of the, higher quality teams as well, just like all these guys do. And so you're trying to find ways to get these pitchers to put it together when the fielders are putting it together, when the batters are putting it together. Trying to get all 3 facets of the game into one is what we're going with. And so with guys like Luke and Quinn on the mound, they're going to get first right. Balls you get put in play. We just got to make plays behind them.
Looks like everybody's facing the number 1 seed in Grand Island 5 Points Bank, a team that is 28-4 on the season. We've seen it a couple of times this year, Coach. That's a pretty well-rounded baseball team, isn't it?
No, Grand Island 5 Points, they're still a good coach. I mean, Adam Brown is a heck of a coach. And I can say that. I played in college with him. And so, he's done a heck of a job with those guys. And, he'll admit it too, but he's got some guys. He's got basically the same team he had last year, which, JIH last year had to battle in the semifinal to make the area final. And so he's got a lot of experience and a lot of guys that know how to play the game. Grand Island's such a good program. And, they're beating good teams this weekend. They go down to the West Side tournament, and they win against Papio South, West Side, Creighton Prep. They're beating high-quality teams, but I've also seen Johnson Imperial Homes have a 3 or 4 run lead on them and, kind of blow it away too. So I think that they know once area comes, every team in the area comes ready to play. So I don't think that Grand Island is anything that we haven't seen before and aren't ready to deal with.
All right, first round opponent in the area tournament going to be North Platte, a team we beat 10-2 out of North Platte, but we had to score 7 runs in the 5th inning to win that thing. So they were toe-to-toe with us most of that ball game. What do you know about North Platte?
I know that we had Quinn Simmons pitching that game because it was a while since we had played, and so we had to get Quinn some work against them. And North Platte is playing really well as of late. I mean, they're going down. They've won a few games. They took a game down in Lincoln this weekend, and they're a team we've only, like you said, we've only seen once because our other game got rained out. So it's one of those things where, like I said, at area, everyone comes with a different mindset and different aggressiveness. And North Platte, they're going to come out guns a-blazing. They got some players that can absolutely do the job. And like you said, they were toe-to-toe with us, and we kind of was able to blow it open. But this time you're not making the same pitching changes or the defensive changes or the lineup changes that you make in the regular season because it is postseason baseball time. So, and again, that goes for us too. We might play it a little differently as well. I still got to figure out which way we go on the mound because I'm sure you're going to ask that, but I truly have no idea where I'm going on the mound yet. And I kind of got a couple days to figure that out.
All right, we play in Scotts Bluff, Cleveland Field. How's that field play for you, and what's it going to take to advance here in the area tournament?
I haven't been to Cleveland Field in about 5 years since the last time there was area out there. And they got AstroTurf now in the infield, which is nice, so that'll be a different look. But, out there in the elevation, the boys got to understand the ball's going to fly a little bit differently. So reads and make those reads right away and not let the ball deceive you. And you're also going to have to understand that you're at elevation, so the breathing is going to be a little different. And, I think that done a nice job with their facilities and stuff like that. They have a nice indoor facility. And, I think the key to going out there is just playing our game. I mean, we keep working on it. And again, we've worked on it all year, and hopefully the end of the year we can put it all together. But we got to be able to pitch strikes. We got to get ahead of hitters. We got to make the routine plays, and we got to have big hits, and we got to have team at bats. We got to be willing to get the guy over from second with a ground ball to right, or making sure that we can get our bunts down and running the plays and executing when we call them. And I think the guys, not to practice today, I think they really understand that mindset and really came ready to go.
All right, Coach, thanks for spending a couple of minutes with us here this morning, and good luck this weekend.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Mike. Thank you very much.
As Nate Story, the head coach for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, as the juniors get ready to play in the Area 7 baseball tournament out in Scotts Bluff. Again, their first-round game will be Friday at 5 o'clock against North Platte. In the other games, Kearney Post 52 will play Lexington in the first game at 2. And then the nightcap will pit Wesco against Grand Island Pro Team Design. That will be at 8 o'clock. Grand Island 5 Points Bank is the number 1 seed for the juniors, and they receive the first-round bye. The seniors tournament going to be in Grand Island. Hastings 5 Points Bank will play North Platte at 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon. That's a game you'll be able to hear right here on Extreme Sports. We'll have it for you beginning with the pregame show at 12:45 on Friday. The rest of the schedule for the area tournament will be set after Grand Island U-Save plays Kearney tonight. Has some bearings on some seedings right before area tournament time. So they'll let Grand Island U-Save play Kearney tonight. And then the rest of the schedule will be finalized for the seniors after the conclusion of that ball game tonight. 7:48, waking up with us here on Extreme Sports. This is Huddle Up. Need to tell you about Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings. Personally, I've been dealing with some back pain for the past several months. Tried a couple of different chiropractors, but nothing seemed to give me lasting relief. Well, finally, I scheduled a consultation with the folks down at Bamboo Mind and Body Spa. They don't offer a one-size-fits-all solution. They kind of listened to me and heard my concerns. They put together a personalized wellness program based on my needs. So every couple of times a week, my visit will start with 15 minutes on the hydro massager. That's a dry water jet massage. Helps relax the muscles. Great for easing tension and promoting recovery. After I spend 15 minutes on the hydro massager, I head over and spend 15 minutes on the cryo lounger. This targets cold and heat therapy, helps reduce soreness and muscle discomfort. It's completely comfortable, fully clothed. You just lay down on this lounger and you get heat and cold therapy. And I've noticed a real difference here. Been on it for the past couple of weeks. I've noticed a real difference on how my back feels. So if you've got similar problems, you've got soreness, you've got any other kind of problems, stop in and see the folks at Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings. They've got several other services that they offer. You can go to their website and read all about what they have to offer. The nice thing is they are at a couple of convenient locations, 208 South Burlington in Hastings, or they're in Blue Hill. And memberships, you give you 24-hour access to the building. So if you want to go during the day, you pop in during the day and get what you need. If you want to do it after work, you can pop in after work. It's going to be open for you. If you want to do it late at night, maybe you work the evening hours and you want to go in at midnight and get your therapy, you can do that too. Give them a call, see what they're all about. Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings. You can give them a call at 402-303-6630. That's Bamboo Mind and Body Spa, helping you feel better, move better, and live better. 7:51 as you wake up with us here this morning on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Well, Nebraskans should prepare for another stretch of summer heat. A large high-pressure system is expected to dominate the state's weather pattern through the remainder of the week, pushing afternoon highs well into the 90s, close to 100 across much of the state. Meteorologists say rainfall opportunities will remain limited, raising concerns for crop stress in some areas and increasing the potential for grass fires where vegetation has dried out. Residents are encouraged to stay hydrated, limit outdoor activity during the hottest part of the afternoon, and never leave children or pets inside parked vehicles. Elsewhere in news, Governor Jim Pillen has directed state agencies to reduce spending following larger-than-expected tax refunds issued during the current fiscal year. According to the governor's office, Nebraska returned more than $300 million beyond budget estimates to taxpayers. State agencies have now been instructed to identify additional savings while continuing efforts to reduce income taxes and provide property tax relief. Nebraska's 2026 governor's race continues to become more competitive. Former state senator Brent Lindstrom has officially launched a petition drive to qualify as a nonpartisan candidate for governor. If successful, Lindstrom would join an already active gubernatorial campaign as candidates continue organizing for the November elections. Although lawmakers adjourned earlier this year, Nebraska's political focus is shifting toward the November elections. 25 seats in Nebraska's unique one-house legislature will be on the ballot this fall. Candidates continue campaigning across the state with issues such as property taxes, education funding, health care, and economic development expected to dominate the discussion for those legislative seats. That's a check on your news headlines of Sports Today, brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa. Recover like a champion with a stop at Bamboo Mind and Body Spa. Nebraska junior Mac Moyer has signed an undrafted free agent contract with the San Diego Padres. He appeared in 60 games, making 57 starts in center field in his lone season with the Huskers. He hit .353 with 13 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs, 38 RBIs, and a team-high 65 runs scored. Moyer played 2 seasons at San Jacinto College before arriving at Nebraska. Nebraska first baseman Case Sanderson plans to return to Nebraska for his senior season. Sanderson went undrafted this past weekend in the Major League Baseball draft. He had .367 last year with 6 homers and 17 doubles. He'll be the only starting infielder from last year's team returning for the 2027 season. The Nebraska football team has added a running back to this year's roster, inking a deal with former Penn State and Iowa Western running back Tiki Hayes. Hayes appeared in 1 game during his lone season with the Nittany Lions, carrying the ball 3 times for 18 yards. In high school, he rushed for more than 7,000 yards. Nebraska is looking to add some depth at running back following the uncertainty surrounding current running back Mekhi Nelson. And the Hastings Sodbusters beat the Jefferson City Renegades 13-3 last night out at Duncan Field. Ryan Spencer had 2 hits and 4 RBIs for the Sodbusters. Marcus Miller was the winning pitcher. He allowed 6 hits and 2 runs. He struck out 10, walked only 2. Hastings is now 15-18 in the season. Same 2 teams will play tonight at 7. In the Major League All-Star game last night, 11 American League pitchers combined to allow only 3 hits. They struck out 15 National League batters in a 4-0 victory at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. It's the 4th American League shutout in All-Star history. The 2026 regular season will continue with games on Thursday. And again, in the World Cup, from yesterday, we had one of the semifinal games played as Spain beat France by the score of 2-0. Other semifinal will be today. England will play Argentina at 2. You'll be able to see it on Fox. Losers will play in the consolation on Saturday. Winners will play for the World Cup on Sunday, again on Fox at 2 o'clock. That is a check on your sports headlines here today at 7:57.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. Highs around 91 today. Under clear skies, winds out of the southeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 66 tonight. Highs around 93 tomorrow. Mid-90s Friday, turning warmer on Saturday with highs near 100. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Fromm.
We have southeast winds this morning at 4 miles per hour, clear skies, sunshine, 64 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
The key to a thriving community is a good foundation. And for over 75 years, Hastings Federal Credit Union has been building and supporting Hastings and the surrounding areas, providing the support for new cars to keep you on the road, new homes to give you a place to land, or help with whatever life throws your way. With easy access via online banking or our mobile app, it's never been easier to have your financial dreams at your fingertips. Come see us at Hastings Federal Credit Union to start your banking journey today.
Start your engines, Hastings. It's time for fast, loud Friday nights at Cam Raceway. Cam Raceway is located just east of Hastings on J Street. Catch the adrenaline-pumping action every Friday night through August. Watch stock non-wing micros, restricted micros, junior sprints, cage karts, and more tear up Nebraska's fastest 8-mile dirt track. Gates open at 7. Racing roars to life at 8. Only $10 to get in, and kids 12 and under are free with a paying adult. Cam Raceway, where speed meets dirt and Friday nights come alive. Don't miss it.
All right, back here on Extreme Sports, huddle up for this Wednesday. And Tyson wasn't with us today. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. Taking care of a few things here this morning. We're going to have Legion Baseball later on this week. We'll be at the Seniors Tournament up in Grand Island. Hastings 5 Points Bank going to open things up on Friday afternoon with a game against North Platte. That game will go at 1. We'll have a pregame show at 12:45 on Friday afternoon here on Extreme Sports. So you can catch Legion Baseball, Hastings, and North Platte on Friday. Double elimination tournament will continue for several days up at Ryder Park in GI. Juniors playing out in Scotts Bluff, and Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, they're going to take on North Platte at 5 on Friday afternoon out at Cleveland Field in Scotts Bluff. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes already with a state tournament bid locked up. They will host one of the 2 Class A state tournaments next week in Hastings at Duncan Fields. JIH really doesn't make any difference what they do in Scotts Bluff. They'll be into the state tournament next week here in Hastings. So that's what's on tap for you. If you'd like to listen to the show again, you can go to our social media sites and download the podcast of the show. Listen to it at your convenience throughout the day here and today. Had some comments from Deion Sanders, the head football coach at the University of Colorado from Big 12 Media Days down in Frisco, Texas. I also had a conversation with Nate Story, the head coach for Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes. So if you missed those comments, you can listen to the show at your convenience throughout the day today with the podcast on our social media sites. Make plans to be here again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock for Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.
Overcome where Kansas City will be a last place team.
And that's exactly where I was getting at, Jensen, is historically, and I've mentioned this on the program before, Andre Dawson.